Welcome back to the Save It for Parts channel. Today we're working once again on the DIY railroad pump car. Now this has been kind of the culmination of various experiments I've done with making a small homemade railroad vehicle. We started out with some really bad designs and worked our way up to slightly less bad design. This one has been the best one I made so far, but it still has a few issues. So today I'm going to be replacing the pump arm, and then I need to put a tensioner on the chain. Those have been two of the main problems we've experienced when we've had this out on some abandoned railroads. So one major issue here is the center point of my pump arm. You can see I made this out of aluminum originally, and it is not able to take the torque of us pumping. So we've got fatigue cracks on both sides. And then right here, this center pivot where that arm moves up and down, you can actually see that is bent as well. And then lastly, like I said, I want a tensioner on the chain. You can see how loose it is here. I could take another link out of the chain, but it might be easier to do that and put in a tensioner just to make sure everything is in the right spot and it's not slipping. So was using aluminum in this originally a questionable design decision? Absolutely. In fact, that could be an alternate name for this channel. Questionable design decisions, right up there with Save It for Parts and ADHD and hoarding. I make everything as a prototype on this channel, and I make as much as possible out of garbage. So this was a free piece of aluminum that I hoarded from somewhere. I do have some steel lying around, but it's big, it's heavy, it's hard to cut. I was hoping to save a little weight, make that train unit a little bit easier to move on and off the trailer by one person. Turns out, yeah, aluminum was just not strong enough for that application. So in this case, we've swapped this out, and hopefully that new steel one will do a lot better job of staying together and propelling us down the tracks. I'm definitely not throwing this away though. I'm gonna hoard this for the next questionable project. All right, we've come down here to the abandoned railroad again, and it is getting harder and harder to ride this abandoned railroad because everybody who owns property around it is just covering it in dirt, driving over it, pulling up the tracks, using it for their own purposes. So yeah, there's not as much left that's rideable right now. Yeah, that's getting kind of built over with the fence there, but we're gonna try to keep using the tracks as long as they're here, but they are gonna get ripped out eventually for a bike path or something. Okay, so immediate difficulties. Something is wrong. It didn't do that last time, so I'm not quite sure what's going on. I've just flipped the whole thing around, and we'll see if it goes forward better in this orientation. Alright, so I still don't understand why, but two problems. One, it's pulling off to the left when it runs in this direction, and then two, it pops off the track, which it shouldn't do. I might have to make my axle a little bit longer for that, and then it seems like if I stand on that side, I unbalance the thing, so we really do need two people on this. So we're gonna try a few more runs, maybe just going in one direction, and then when we have time to turn around, we have to pick the whole thing up and spin it around to come back. We've come undone again. Now it's this side that derailed. This blasted thing did not have this much trouble last time. Okay, next problem is this tree has broken off and fallen on the track, so I'm gonna do a little pruning. It's actually broken off up there, so I don't feel bad just chopping off these lower branches. All right, we've had a concerned citizen saying it's illegal to cut down dead trees. So I guess we can't cut down dead trees on the abandoned railroad. So we can't get that direction any farther. The rest of the track is pretty clear, but we can't get past this tree here, so we're gonna have to turn around. Weight distribution, or... Oh, there it did it. Well, between all the derailing and the nosy neighbor threatening to call the tree police, we didn't get very far this trip. The neighbor claims that no one's ever used this trestle, and she's lived here for 20 years and never seen a train, which is kind of weird because it was only abandoned 10 years ago, but I guess some people just don't pay attention. She's going to be really upset when they clear-cut half of this for the bike path. Well, I don't know. It doesn't do it with just one person on, and it only seems to do it on curves with two people going in a certain direction. Maybe. A lot of variables here to work out, so I guess we're going to take this home, tear it apart, rebuild it, and that might have to be later in the summer because I probably won't have time to do that this spring. A little disappointed. I was hoping this would actually work. I did a bunch of work to it, fixed up what I thought were all the problems, and now it's developed all new problems. So, ongoing problem with this. It's kind of an ongoing prototype as usual. So yeah, we're going to probably leave that there, come back to this later in the year once I've had a chance to revamp a lot of this stuff, change some things on it, and see how it does then. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.